In SystemVerilog, the keyword fork is used to run multiple pieces of code in parallel. Think of it as saying, start all of these tasks at the same time. The difference between fork join any, and fork join none is when the code continues after the fork. Before the code, here's the definition of fork join. Fork join means wait for all, then continue. All forked processes start together, but the code continues only when all of them finish. You can think of it like cooking a meal. You might cook pasta, sauce, and vegetables in parallel, but you don't serve the meal until everything is ready. Now let's look at the code. We start in an initial block, which immediately prints time 0 start. Then we enter the fork. Inside it are two begin-end blocks, which are two parallel threads. Thread awaits 10 time units, then prints thread finished. Thread B waits 5 time units, then prints thread B finished. Since both threads start together, thread B finishes first at time 5, and thread A finishes at time 10. Because this is fork join, the code waits until both threads are done before moving on. After the join, there is one more delay, #1. At time 11, we print after fork join. That's fork join. Before we move on, if you're finding this useful, please support the channel by subscribing. Now, let's define fork join any. Fork join any means wait for the first one, then continue. All forked processes start together, but the code continues as soon as any one of them finishes. The other processes keep running in the background. You can think of it like waiting for an elevator. You press several elevator buttons, and as soon as the first elevator arrives, you get in and continue. The other elevators may arrive later, but you don't wait for them. Now let's look at the code. We start in an initial block and print time 0 start. Then we enter the fork and launch two parallel threads. The fast thread waits 5 time units, then prints fast thread finished. The slow thread waits 20 time units, then prints slow thread finished. Because this is fork join any, the code continues as soon as the fast thread finishes. After the join any, we wait 2 more time units. At time 7, we print after fork join any. The slow thread keeps running and finishes later at time 20. That's fork join any. Now let's move to fork join none. Here's the definition. Fork join none means don't wait at all. All forked processes start together, and the code continues immediately, without waiting for any of them. You can think of it like downloading files. You start all downloads, and you don't wait for any of them to finish before moving on and doing something else. Now let's look at the code. We start in an initial block and print time 0 start. Then we enter the fork and launch 2 threads. Thread A waits 7 time units, then prints that it finished. Thread B waits 3 time units, then prints that it finished. But because this is join none, we do not wait for either thread. We exit the fork right away. After the join none, we have a delay of 1 time unit. So at time 1, we print after fork join none. Meanwhile, the threads are still running in the background. At time 3, thread B finishes and prints. At time 7, thread A finishes and prints. For summary, in this video, we broke down fork join any, and fork join none. We learned how parallel processes work, when execution waits for all tasks, when one task is enough, and when nothing is blocked at all.